Hey, welcome to my stream. I am John Reed, a technical agile coach and trainer with Industrial Logic, and we are here to do some coding. It does look like things are sparse. We only have Mudshark. Ah, man. Um, and but there are plenty of folks who watch after the fact. I just kind of wish more people would join in. Um, Europeans, I know. Oh, more than Mudshark. Hey, Hamzai. And Rick. Well, there are more folks than I realized. Good to have you. I was just about to say that most Europeans, I think, are on vacation at one point or another. It is your summer hours, and so I'm not expecting, wasn't expecting to see a lot of Europeans here. But so glad to have you. I wish more folks from the USA would join in. But that's just a general funny thing. I think that's not so much about what time I host this as that people are more interested in other things and less in, well, the things I care about. Oh well. Hope you are all well in our dystopian world. Doing okay in spite of things and taking care of yourselves psychologically and emotionally and pushing for change, but at the same time not wearing yourselves out with worry and so forth. So good to have you. Let's see here. A quick sneak peek at what I've been working on lately. This is an e-learning album from Industrial Logic called Microtesting, and you see there are a few different editions here. Can you guess what's coming next? Can you guess what's coming next? Soon. And I'm super excited about this. This is the first, um, well, I realized yesterday that my brain was tired because I was writing. And I thought, oh, I haven't felt this since I wrote my book. Um, Here's one of the things that excites me the most is that you can buy tutorials, you can watch videos, you can watch free things like this, but nowhere that I know of will you have something that automatically checks your tests to see if they're good. Super cool. I can't wait to show this off. Anyway, so that's a sneak peek. Where are we in the world of things? And oh, couple more people have joined. Welcome. Do say hello and share where in the world you are. It's always fun. Hey, even you oldies, you regulars, I know where you are, but just I think it might help others to see that there are other people out there and where they are. I don't know. You don't have to, but if you want to, you can. Um, so what are we doing? We are green is done, yellow is to do. Mudshark representing from Sweden. As usual. Like, where else would you be? But we have done a whole lot of refactoring guided by tests, and we've finished converting all our Objective-C to Swift. Yeah, Tunisia. That's right. Forgot that, Hamzaik. Hope I'm saying your handle right. Thanks for chiming in, and other folks who are watching, please feel free to join the chat. Also, as these guys know, you are welcome to interrupt me with random thoughts or questions that may not have anything to do with what we are seeing on the screen. That's okay. So what is our objective? Our objective is to take this tool, the View Controller Presentation Spy, and provide a Swift Package Manager version of it. And the problem was that it was mixed languages, and now it's a single language. Woot! So, really, there's no reason to do the cleanup now. By cleanup, I think what I mean is like make things Swifty. But that's really internal. I don't want to change any external APIs. Let me just note this, make names, internal names, Swifty. There. Oh, welcome to Daddy Depression 96. Glad to have you, your first chat. And if you're willing to share where in the world you are, that's fun. Random thought that has nothing to do with what you're doing. How do I feel about Swift for the backend? I don't know. I think I've only done that as a toy experiment once. Argentina. Hey. Welcome from a new continent. Well, that's great. New, I say, but I'm trying to think of other folks we've had in the past. No, you're pretty unusual. So glad to have you. You know, on the back end, I think it depends on the team. Here's a weird thing about me and why I feel a little bit old, not just because I am old, but when I see folks getting all excited about, like, you know, I love UIKit, or I love Swift UI. Well, that's nice. Or even, I love Swift. Well, that's nice. I think I've been around the block too many times to be all about like one particular technology. I'm more interested in how we build things. And how is much more than the technology. It's the who. So G. Paul Hill, he actually helped write some of the micro-testing stuff. If in the e-learning album, you can watch his videos. Of course, you can watch his videos now outside of Industrial Logic. But he talks about the made, that is the product, and the maker, that's the people who not just code, but everyone who works together to create a product, and the making, that is the how we work together, how we code, how we especially how we get feedback. So I guess I'm much more interested in those things than I am in like one language or another. Oh, that was a long ramble to say, I don't have enough experience to say, oh, you should use this or you should avoid that on this system or that system. Use whatever works for you. Sorry that wasn't very helpful, but thank you for your question, and good to have you in the chats. All right, so let's, and do feel free to keep diving in with other thoughts. Oh, you're welcome. This is not necessary to provide this. This is just tech debt. And I don't even know how much tech debt there is, but it's something to look at. So this is the thing. Let's mark this as in progress, basically. Yeah. And let's start here. Like, can I just make a package and use it? I mean, that would be the test, right? This is where, after living in the code for so long, it feels a little weird, and I might need to pull up some other examples so I know what I'm doing. Let's think about how to do this. Currently, in our sample project, it's laid out kind of funny in that this is the actual library here, and it's a project. It's an embedded project inside of the sample, and that was so that I could get quick turnaround and make a change and try it and run tests and see. But I think what I'd like to do is lean on maybe not this sample, but maybe a copy of it and say, okay, let's not have an embedded, not have this in here embedded, but have it in as a project. That sounds like a good thing to do. Let me shift to a terminal. By the way, I do like to talk about tools, the tools that I like, and I'm always interested to learn about good tools I don't know about. Couple things that I like is to use iTerm, or iTerm 2, I guess, instead of the built-in terminal. I have also become a Fish fan. I started with, with Bash. Oh, who knows? Before that, it was probably other shells. But Bash for sure, and then Z Shell, because Z Shell was like where all the power was and where all the cool people had provided cool things. And I'm like, oh, I want that. Then I moved to Fish, and Fish is like moving to Z Shell, except it's faster and it's easier to write things for and to extend. And the power it gives me is just great. So let me go to, I've got an alias here, spy. And let's do just a quick check that everything is fine, that we're up to date. So it's a little funny, but inside the Swift sample is where we've been working. So basically, this is why I couldn't use the TCR plugin, was that the project organization is really weird. The project includes the sample, and the sample includes the project. It's kind of strange. So let's let me actually duplicate this Swift sample. Make this Swift sample package. Seems like a good name. So now we've got Swift sample package. I guess those things won't get checked in. I'm just wondering how to move here and how to move in small, safe steps. But that seems like a good start. Basically, let's check what all is going in here. Doesn't look like anything weird is in there, so I think I'm just going to commit. Okay, I'll do just a plain git commit. It's bigger. Here you will, if you've been around, you've seen me work with Arlo's Git notation. If you haven't, please feel free to ask about it. So what is this? What am I doing? This is not a feature. It's not a bug fix. It's not any of this stuff. It is really either environment. It's not documentation exactly. Yeah, I'm going to call it environment. It's not quite not a code change. It doesn't affect the yeah. Environment. And this will be like that. Let's try that. And there it's in. Okay. Now I can start to play around. I think the first thing I want to do probably is rip out, break it. Or maybe, no, let me try to make a package first. And to make a package, where's an example of a package that I have? Try to think of my projects a second. Unfortunately, most of them are like Objective-C. I don't know if it'll help or not. I'm open to ideas. Like how do you make a package? Do I just start? I could just start, I suppose. Let me copy this. And go back. Here's one of the nice things that I think I found as a plugin for Fish. CDH. It's change directory history. And there I can see, okay, what are my most recent directories? And I can say, okay, I'm going back to B. Should you run tests in the new source folder before you go on? Actually, not good question. And I don't think okay, let's do it. Yeah, you're right. I was going to say I'm going to break them soon anyway, but I should start from a sane point so that I know I can always get back there. Thank you. That is a great idea. Hey, Garbob. All right. Before I get carried away, though, let me come to B. I can type B or 2 to get back to here, or I could, of course, use my spy thing. And let me just let's see if I can do this. PB paste into package.swift. I could have done a copy, I suppose, but I'll just leave that out there for now, uncommitted. Let's go into and here, what you're seeing with like completion, this is built into Fish. You see how fast it is. So yeah, let us run this. Now I'll use Xcode for a change. And make it change the theme so y'all can see it. Make sure that the debugger's off, and have a go. This is lovely. All right, so test succeeded, but what did it actually do? Okay, that looks good. All right then. Let us let me get back here and let's edit this. SwiftTools version, I don't know. Maybe it's good enough. What? Okay, I'm gonna have to get back to here. Let me yeah. Let me see what I support in terms of platforms, etc. Okay, so it looks like I have iOS and tvOS. Let me check what we have in terms of deployment targets. iOS 12. Here we go. iOS 12, tvOS 12. That should do that. Let me change all these to view controller presentation spy. And definitely don't need these settings. I doubt that we need public headers include. This is where I'm like, I don't know. This is where I am not sure. Do I have these? Let's go. All right, so in the source directory, the info plist, there's make distribution and make exe framework. Oh, it's a good thing I copied my thing. Do I not? Oh, I do have Xcode warnings as well. Okay. These don't. Let me see if there are no tests inside of there, because the tests are sort of kept in the samples instead. I'm going to get rid of those. Okay. Well, this may have just saved me a lot of time. Does this work? I don't know. How do I test? I don't know. Like how before anything uses it, I ought to validate whether or not this is even halfway decent. I also I'd like to run this through Swift format, and I can do that in app code. Because in app code, you can see what's in the project, but you can also say, you know what, just show me the files. And then I can see everything that's in here, including the new package. And it gives this warning, well, this isn't in the project. But since it is a Swift file, I ought to be able to see some things about it. Okay, argument expected. It's catching me because I've got an ending comma there. See, this is a good reason I switched to a real, something that knows Swift. As I saw that red line in there, what are these? Not worried about that. One typo. And that's not really a typo. And let's run Swift format, which may or may not have changed anything. Okay. Any folks know how to test this? Can I just do like a Swift, not test, but a Swift, I'm so used to typing Swift test. I don't know what the alternatives are. Is there, oh, there is a build. Okay, let's try Swift build. Let's see what happens. Whoop. Got a warning. No such module, UIKit. The heck? Okay, it might have to do with the warning, which is that this plist was not found. Source. Let's see where it is. So inside of source. Oh, I just have it as info plist. Very good. Do I exclude that? Do I include that? Where was it even looking for that? Okay, that's where it's looking for it. Change that. Will that help? By the way, something that I'm using the terminal iTerm, which is unusual for me because these days I really use the integrated terminal a lot, and it just comes in and pops in into the level of your folder or your project. And I believe that, whoop. Oh, I've got that junk there. Let me get rid of those two files. Where are they? These. That's just junk. Get rid of them. All right, but that doesn't solve the error, no such module UIKit. How can that be, having declared the platforms? I don't know. Maybe you know, or maybe you can help. Let's see what the error is. The answers are in the Stack Overflow post linked. Where is that here? Okay. Make this bigger for you. This can't be. Let's check the date of this. This is 2016. That's a little old. Here we are. We say the package is a platform iOS. I got that. I'm having the original issue even when defining the platform. After defining the platform, make sure you have an iPhone simulator selected at the top when you build. The top of what? Eek. Really? Well, I'll try it. What have we got to lose? Hey, that's maybe a little better. That probably I don't have the right simulator. This seems incredible to me, but maybe not, because Swift Package Manager run from terminal, it doesn't know anything. I guess that's what the error means. So at this point, I'm tempted to just try it in a project. Let me commit this, and this may or may not work. So I'm not sure what to call it. Ooh, I don't want to check in 2,990 or 1,900 files. What the heck is going on? Oh ho ho ho. Dot build. It's because I ran Swift. Let's try this. It's better. All right. Yeah, I could. And maybe I should, but I'm not going to worry about that unless I need to do this more. All right, Garbob, you want to see Xcode select print path. That gives me that. And that seems legit. So let's... This would be a feature if I knew it worked, but I don't know if it works. So, which is odd because it's just a packaging thing, but I'm going to put it in as like this could just break. And let's commit and push so that it's up there. There's probably a way to use local packages, but I don't know what those are. So instead, I'm just pushed it up so that I can try to use it straight from GitHub. Well, this is all kind of curious and fun and different and not what I expected to be doing today, and that's fine. That is what we are here for. Ooh, let's see. All right, now let me go back to, not this one. Swift sample package. And let's rip out the embedded project, because our goal is to add it. Remove reference. I don't want to move it to trash because it's who knows what would happen. Okay, now at this point, this should fail to build. All right, that's why we do this. Clean it all. Do it again. Fails to build. And the build failure will be, what the heck is this module? Good. Now, let's see if we can't pull it in. So if I go to GitHub, over to our SPI, and grab this. And I'm going to do this the easiest way. It's not necessarily, I mean, it's just easy. So what I'm doing is I'm going up to, using Xcode. I know. Going up to add packages. And here I'm going to enter the URL. There it is. And say branch main. Yeah, that's good. Add this. And add to target to the test target only. Okay. It came in. There it is. What will happen? Now let me try to build again. Built. Ow! Crap. I had my hopes up there for just a second. Damn. Well, built is good. What do I do? What even is this? That's a bummer. Okay, we've got a breakpoint. What is this? Exception type breakpoint on assertion fail. Oh, I might be okay. Let me change my breakpoints here. No, stop. Let me change my breakpoints. No, I don't think they're enabled. Well, of course they're not enabled. I don't have the debugger enabled. Fine, I'll enable the debugger. I get here to edit the scheme. Where is that even? Edit scheme. It is command less than. I never think of it as command less than, because on my keyboard, and this may be different for you folks, less than is shift comma. So I always think of command shift comma to get here. And that is the quick way to do this. Let's turn on the debugger And let's try it again and see what happens. Except, do I want anything else? I don't want any Objective-C exceptions. No, I really don't want these. Okay, so they're fine. All right, let's see what happens. I should have done a build, run tests without building. Okay, at least that's useful. Ow, shoot, something wrong with not getting the associated object. Well, that's a bummer. It is close. But at least I know what it is now. Associated object is not there. That's really odd. Okay, let me keep thinking about what's odd. Think out loud, John. Think out loud. Why is this odd? It's because it runs fine. Excuse me a second. It runs fine in the when it was just pulling in the project directly. And it doesn't work when pulled in as a package. Why is that different? I could, I mean, I can debug and see what's happening to the extra properties in the first place. That seems like a good place to start. So where does the set associated object? Oh, that's right up here. Let's see. Actually, let me see which test we're doing and try to do just one test instead of doing them all. So let me do this again. We should get the same result. You move down. Okay. And now let me set a breakpoint. And okay, I don't have this bound. So this is a tip that came from, I can't think of his real name or his handle. It's Shefsky. It's underscore Shefsky on Twitter, who works on the XCTest team. Says that there is a behavior, not a behavior, an action for test without building. No, I know that. Command-Shift-U, I know that. What was the other one? I don't know. Well, let me do the one that I know. Test it again, but don't build it. Again, to try to get faster feedback. And we do come here. I wish I could make these things bigger. I'll move it up outside of above my head so you can maybe squint and see it. And let me note down what we have here. UI alert controller, that's 11B055200. We're attaching extra properties to it. More keyboard shortcuts that are handy are to hide and show the debugger, the debug console. What I don't recall is how to step in. Step into F7. I guess there's nothing to step into, it's just a single call. All right, so now let me set a breakpoint here on the far end and resume. Here we are. Get associated object and self is indeed the same as what we had before, 11B 055200. And it's not getting attached. And I don't know why. Wait a second. Yeah, it's a funny place for it. For this thread. Oh, it's just, I just stepped in to get it. It hasn't actually happened yet. Doop, doop, doop. And say, get the associated object as, So what I don't know is whether it got anything. And maybe it's the as that's killing me. Because, oh, this is it here. This should be the object that it's attaching. All right, let me stop this. Unless, I don't want to be so good with the debugger, but if you want to offer a tip, what I want to check is, did this return something? Oh. Let's see how this is declared. It is internal, which should be fine when it's running inside of the SPI. I don't want to declare this public. But let me extract a variable. I wish there were a nice way to do this. I don't think there is. Oh, there is. Hey, I'll take it. Thank you, Xcode. Will you let me type? No? Do it again. Silly Xcode. Extract a variable and let me type. It's not happening. Well, that's very odd. But I'll just stick with this this thing, and let me build and run tests again. So just a straight Command U. Yes, I want to unlock it. So now I'm making a change in the package, the copy of the package. Right, we know this is happening. This time self is 13D. So let's see what happens if I step into, come on, step over F6, step into F7, all right? It's kind of weird, but it is what it is. Okay, whoops. It's nil. Okay, so the problem is not that it's failing to cast it. The problem is it's failing to get it. In other words, this failed, I think, but I don't think there's any return on it. There is not. Oh, man. This is unexpected, this problem. Well, Okay, well, let's keep digging in. What else could be wrong? It could be on the wrong thing, but it's probably not. It could be the wrong name, but it highlights. When I click here, it highlights here. So these definitely match. So the key is the same. And that's all it needs, is what is the object and what is the key? And the key is kept there. Alas. Is there something that's missing in the Objective-C runtime? Because I'm calling, because this is a Swift package, that it's like, oh, it's just Swift. You don't need Objective-C. You bet your ass I need Objective-C. Will this have killed the entire thing? Oh, all right. This is going to take a little more lookup. Shoot. Unexpected. Unexpected. Hey, a few more people are here. Welcome. Always good to have you. Say hello if you're lurking. It's fun, even if you're just passing through for 5 minutes. I like that. Okay, so the possibility I don't want to think about is that making a call to the Objective-C runtime does nothing and returns nothing. In which case this is not quite all for naught, because there's been lots of good learning along the path, but we may not reach our objective. I don't want to think about that. All right, time to look. Let's look for Objective-C runtime in the Swift Package Manager. It's not a mixed language, But unless you folks, any of you happen to know or can quickly do a side check as if we were in an ensemble together and we're working on it together, I am afraid right now. And let me check this in as a failing thing. Let's see what we have here. I'm not going to check in the scheme change to turn on the debugger. There is... I'm not going to check in the resolved, and it didn't check it anyway. But I do want the change to the project and the XC workspace, which probably has the definition of... Well, no, I don't know what that is. But all... Whoops. No, not that one. The project will have changed. Made weird changes I wasn't expecting. And there's the actual, whoop, Swift package to view controller presentation SPI, which it must have somewhere like right here. I don't know. Not sure where it's finding it. Anyway, those are all in details I don't really care about. So this is known to fail, known to be broken. Oh. I didn't mean to check it in it. No, I did mean to check it in as bang bang. Can't check now. Is star star. So this is trying to use SPM. But no attached objects. I don't know. I'm afraid that's the best I can do for now. Bummer. Still, this has been interesting and fun, and this feels like the time to stop because I have unresolved questions, and that's just going to take some, well, it's going to take crying out to folks on Twitter to say, hey, and that's usually where I get most of my tech help, is by asking on lazy Twitter about whether, so the question to resolve is whether something that comes in through as a Swift package, can't it access the Objective-C runtime? It is there. It's not like, this isn't like running on Linux. Well, oh, what do we got? What do we got, Rick? Let me change back here. I will check this out. Thanks for the link. I'm glad my little bot let you through, as you are like known safe, and let you post the link. So thank you. I'll check this out, and we'll see where it goes. But I think we'll call it a wrap. I had hoped to finish this up, I've said that before. Famous last words, as Mudshark would point out to me. So, hey, it keeps going. When is the project done? It's done when it's done. What is in the way? This is in the way, and this is the next thing to solve offline. So that's it. Thank you for coming. Thanks for working with me. Yeah, runtime. Yeah, some sort of runtime issue, because it built fine, which is good. Yeah, I really don't know what it could be, but we'll see what Twitter says. Appreciate your coming by. Oh, there are even more folks coming in at the very end. Next week, I am still planning to do this probably for just under an hour, because I want to hop over to iOS Dev Happy Hour. Just feel like I should show my face and hang out and meet folks and support the community this time. I think, you know what it is? It's that I think they shortened it. I was not going to sign up for 3 hours, but I can go do that. Something for you to check out to see if you want to do. Anyway, thanks for coming. If you are watching this on YouTube, give it a like and subscribe and hit the bell. Thanks for coming, you folks. If you are watching on Twitch after the fact, and if this is useful, hey, see you. Come on back. Consider subscribing there too. All right. Thanks a lot. Stay safe in this weird and wacky world we have. Remember that love is the winner. All right. Take care.